Did you know that one of Australia's most adorable animals spends almost its entire life sleeping, eating, and hugging trees? This is the koala, a quiet, fluffy, tree-dwelling animal that may look simple from the outside, but is actually full of fascinating secrets. Koalas are native to Australia and are found mainly in eucalyptus forests along the eastern and southeastern parts of the country. At first glance, many people think koalas are bears because of their round ears, big nose, and fluffy appearance. But koalas are not bears at all. They are marsupials, which means they carry and raise their babies in a pouch, just like kangaroos and wombats. One of the most famous facts about koalas is how much they sleep. A koala can sleep between 18 and 20 hours a day. That may sound lazy, but there's a very good reason for it. Koalas eat mostly eucalyptus leaves, and those leaves are not very nutritious. They're tough to digest, low in energy, and even contain toxins that would be dangerous for many other animals. Because of this low-energy diet, koalas need to rest for long periods to conserve as much energy as possible. Even though eucalyptus leaves are toxic to most animals, koalas have a specialized digestive system that helps them survive on this unusual food. Inside their body, they have a very long digestive tract and powerful bacteria in their gut that help break down the leaves and reduce the effect of the toxins. It's an amazing adaptation that allows koalas to eat something that very few animals can handle. Koalas spend most of their lives in trees. They eat in trees, sleep in trees, and stay safe in trees. Their bodies are perfectly designed for this lifestyle. They have strong limbs, sharp claws, and rough pads on their paws that help them grip branches securely. Their hands are especially interesting because they have 2 thumbs on each front paw, which gives them a stronger grip when climbing and holding onto branches. This makes them excellent tree climbers, even if they often move slowly and carefully. Another fascinating thing about koalas is their fur. Their thick, wool-like coat helps protect them from both heat and cold. Since temperatures in Australia can vary greatly, this fluffy coat acts like natural insulation. It also helps cushion their bodies while they rest on rough tree branches for hours at a time. Koalas are usually solitary animals, which means they prefer to live alone rather than in groups. Each koala has its own home range, and they use scent glands to mark trees and communicate with other koalas in the area. Although they may look calm and quiet most of the time, koalas can actually make surprisingly loud sounds. Adult males, especially during the breeding season, produce deep bellowing calls that can travel through the forest. These sounds help them attract females and warn other males to stay away. Like other marsupials, koalas give birth to extremely tiny babies. A baby koala is called a joey, and when it is born, for a while, the baby koala will ride on her back, clinging to her fur as she climbs from tree to tree. This stage is one of the most adorable sights in the animal world, but it's also a very important part of the joey's development, because this is when it begins learning how to survive in the wild. Koalas have another unusual adaptation related to their diet. Before a young koala can eat eucalyptus leaves on its own, it needs the right bacteria in its digestive system. To get those bacteria, the joey eats a special soft substance produced by the mother, which helps transfer the microorganisms needed to digest eucalyptus leaves later in life. It may sound strange, but in the world of koalas, it's an essential step for survival. Despite their cute appearance and calm lifestyle, koalas face serious threats in the wild. Habitat loss is one of the biggest dangers to their survival. As forests are cleared for roads, farming, and urban development, koalas lose the trees they depend on for food, shelter, and protection. Climate change also makes life harder for koalas by increasing heat waves, droughts, and bushfires, all of which can destroy their habitat and make food harder to find. In recent years, devastating bushfires in Australia have had a major impact on koala populations. Many koalas were injured, displaced, or killed as flames swept through large forest areas. Because koalas move slowly and depend so heavily on specific trees, they are especially vulnerable when disaster strikes. Koalas can also suffer from disease, dog attacks, and road accidents when human development expands into their natural habitat. That's why conservation efforts are so important. Wildlife organizations, rescue centers, and conservation groups in Australia work hard to protect koalas, treat injured animals, restore habitats, and raise awareness about the challenges they face. What makes koalas so special isn't just their adorable appearance, it's the way they've adapted to a very specific and difficult lifestyle. They survive on toxic leaves, spend most of their lives in trees, raise tiny babies in pouches, and live in one of the most unique ecosystems on Earth. Everything about them, from their sleeping habits to their digestive system, is a reminder of how creative and surprising nature can be. So the next time you see a koala peacefully resting in a tree, looking sleepy and harmless, remember that there's much more to this animal than just a cute face. The koala is a survivor, a specialist, and one of Australia's most iconic creatures, quiet, mysterious, and truly unforgettable.